Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So today I want to talk about how not to be perceived and how not to actually be a crazy doomsday prepper. Let's get to it. One of the things that keeps me motivated to do this is my goal of reducing the stigma and bringing more sensibility to the realm of macro preparedness. Now, I'm not talking about a 3-day power outage. Clearly, anybody who watches this channel with frequency is preparing for a lot worse than that. Do I believe it's probable that something like that could happen? Abso-frickin-lutely I do. Put it this way, never before in history has everything been so right, but never before in history has there been a possibility of so many different things going wrong. Which of course is owed to our complete and total dependence on technology to keep everybody alive. The different scenarios we discuss when we talk about the grid going down for a prolonged period of time leading to mass amounts of death and suffering, these are things that are absolutely plausible, they are quite probable, and in many people's predictions, they are quite likely. Now, I hope they never come to pass. One of the number one rules to not being perceived as a crazy prepper is firstly not romanticizing SHTF. SHTF would be an absolute hell that I hope never comes to pass. I hope I can keep doing this for 10 years and nothing bad will ever happen, because it would be absolute hell. Sometimes I look at, the increased production value of my videos and I don't feel that I'm doing the grittiness of what we talk about on this channel justice, because this is serious stuff. We're talking about millions, potentially billions of casualties in some instances. So this is very, very serious, and you absolutely should not be glamorizing, glorifying, or looking forward in any way, shape, or form to an SHTF scenario just to give your life meaning. Now, rule number 2, and this should probably be rule number 1, take care of yourself. I mean, how can you expect anybody to take what you have to say seriously? Not that you should be proselytizing to people. Did I pronounce that right? Anyways, not that you should be preaching to people that, hey, you should go and be a prepper. Most people who know me, I don't even talk about this with them, because unless it comes up in conversation, then sure, but you're never going to catch me out there on the street corner with a bullhorn telling people they need to prepare for the end of the world. Be sensible with these things, but take care of yourself physically, psychologically, build yourself up, go to school, educate yourself, be a part of the system. That is number 2. Be a productive member of society. Don't just, sit back and shortchange yourself in this world of things, waiting for crap to hit the fan so you can be the hero and slay all the dragons. That's no way to live. Do you want to die knowing that all you did was hoard a bunch of supplies waiting for something to happen that never happened, which may of course happen, but let's hope it doesn't happen? You don't want to be that person. You want to make contributions to society. So invest in your children, invest in yourself. Build things for society. Be a fully functioning member of society. Have a number, go out and do things and live your life and help people. Number 3 is have all the facts of what you're talking about. Sometimes I set goals for myself to make certain videos, and I put deadlines on myself. I want to make this video by such and such a time. Well, I don't always do enough research, even though I do a lot of research for these videos. And I want to make a video on what research actually is, because research, you got to be careful with research, because there's this thing called the confirmation bias. We tend to go and seek out things which just affirm the conclusions that we've already told ourselves are true. All I'm saying is make sure you have the facts. It's okay to entertain alternative viewpoints. In fact, I would strongly encourage you to entertain all ideas. That doesn't mean that just because you come across an alternative viewpoint that you automatically need to defend it to the death in all caps. Let's not get started on all caps. And you absolutely need to be aware that if you're going down the YouTube rabbit hole, you are in a virtual bubble. You are in an echo chamber. The more you search for something on YouTube, the more it recommends that sort of information for you. So if you are having a debate with someone and you're only researching certain things on the internet, be they political, religious, scientific, what have you, that agree with what you're saying, then you're just going to get more of the same. And you're going to think that that's all that's out there. I mean, all it takes is a few searches of the counterpoint, and you're going to get a whole different barrage of suggested videos, which are probably going to challenge a lot of your perspectives. And I'm dead serious about this. This is why I try to keep my political, religious, and scientific views of things open, because I want to hear both sides of the debate. Oftentimes when you come across alternative or fringe ideas, they're packaged in such a way that make you feel like you're getting some esoteric information, that the information can only be had by somebody with special critical thinking capabilities. Just beware that you may be being taken for a ride. And just because something is mainstream doesn't mean it's untrue. In fact, sometimes the mainstream media will promote something, but they just won't tell you the whole truth about it. So there's two ways that you can be deceived. One of the ways is that they deny what's happening, or they don't tell you what's happening. Another way would be that they're not telling you the full extent of what is happening. Another thing is, don't just prep for one thing. You remember the show Doomsday Preppers? So you remember how each one of the participants had to basically say that they were prepping for one particular thing, or one thing that they felt was most probable? You don't have to be like that. You can have a broad spectrum of preparedness. That's why I talk about all the potential national, regional, global disasters on this channel, because you have to be prepared for everything, because everything has a probability of happening. So don't pigeonhole yourself as a certain type of prepper, even a certain politic of prepper. I mean, I know I can't tell people not to believe certain things, so I'm not even going to try to do that. All I would ask is that try to see the benefit in being moderate, at least on some issues. You know, if there was one person I would in some way like to emulate, and I don't mean I want to copy or I want to be this person, or I think I even have the capability to do what this person does, but I think that Joe Rogan is the closest thing we got right now to somebody who's trying to get all the parties to the table and have a level-headed discussion about things. And that's what I would kind of like to do for preparedness. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm on that level. I'm not even saying I fully agree with everything the guy says, but I do think he's genuinely trying to balance all the opinions and keep everybody happy and keep everybody from basically killing each other. I mean, he had the Twitter CEO on, he had Alex Jones on. Who else is doing that? Anyways, this is not a pitch for Joe Rogan. I'm just saying that's the kind of person I aspire to be. I want to hear all sides of the perspective, but if I can deduce that your perspective is mostly bullshit after I go and get the facts, I'm not going to give that a platform. Now, another thing is staying organized. The only difference between macro preparedness and hoarding is organization. You can get as much stuff accumulated, non-perishable goods, ammunition, first aid equipment, water supplies, water treatment supplies, I should say, as long as it's organized and as long as it's not totally infringing on the rest of your life, then there's nothing wrong with that from a psychiatric perspective. It's arguable there's nothing wrong with that, period, because if you're not well adapted to the society around you, then no matter how maladaptive that society is on the whole, you will by definition be deemed as crazy in comparison to that. Anyways, stay organized, keep on top of things, know what you have, use what you have regularly in the field. Don't just go and buy stuff and put it away and never use it. Actually go out and use the stuff. The next thing is, you got to live your life, because it defeats the purpose. I've always said that people shouldn't live to prep. You should prep to live. It's all about having experiences. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity to do something. It's just about taking a gamble, living life. Sometimes you're going to have to take risks. So go and take some risks. You may be depriving yourself of an experience which is going to take you to the next level in your personal development if you are too much of an isolated shut-in. So don't deprive yourself of the wider world of things by being overly obsessed. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to sing. It's okay to dance. It's okay to have fun once in a while. Anyways, if you can do all these things, if you can keep a level head, and by all means continue to educate yourself. It's very hard to call somebody crazy when they are very informed, when they're very intelligent. So keep educating yourself about the myriad of things the world has to offer. I'm going to be doing a video soon which talks about the utopian view versus the dystopian view, and you can imagine which view as preppers we tend to espouse, and there's a good reason for that I'm going to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Don't forget, there's 15% off the store right now. I believe it's running until April 7th, possibly. 15% off the entire store. So go check it out. Just my gift to you, and that's only being advertised to previous customers to the store and to my viewers here on YouTube. So thanks again for the support, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out. The best way to support this YouTube channel is to support yourself by gearing up through CanadianPreparedness.com or BugOutRoll.ca. Premium quality gear at the best possible price using the incredibly secure and easy to use Shopify platform. We offer free shipping to the United States for orders over $200 USD and free shipping to Canada over $75. So support the channel by supporting yourself.